It's a spectrum. Is it where, like, you know, you have to do things a very particular way?
Similar to that they don't believe in existence of God.
Yeah, I'm back, taking a bit of a break, but this time I've done something special. I've gone out into the public and asked them what they know about autism. I had some great conversations on the street, and I'm excited for you to hear what the people of Ireland know about autism. You think you agree with them or disagree with them? Let me know in the comments. So let's get right into it.
It's like a learning stuff. Like that's kind of basically what I kind of heard about autism.
I have a few friends that have children with it. Basically, I don't know much about it.
Not as much as I should. Being autistic, I suppose, possibly very intelligent people who just have a different way about them.
I'm not entirely sure how to phrase it, but it's a connection in the brain that doesn't allow the kids to process things properly. It's like they look at a railway track and it's all over the place instead of in a straight line.
No, just a tiny bit, but I don't really know what it is. I just know it's a disability. I think it's the brain.
I don't know the exact definition, but is it where, like, you know, you have to do things a very particular way, or you kind of have a very, I suppose, your mind works on like figures? Or
My best friend's child has it.
It's a spectrum. You know, you can have all different kind of traits. There's extreme levels where you have sensory issues, and there's lower levels where you're, you know, fully functional.
Is it something similar to that they don't believe in existence of God?
That lots of children are on the spectrum, and that it starts when they're very young.
I know that it affects young, very intelligent children.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure put on the parents, children with autism.
Okay, and what pressure to do what?
To keep them under control, to be honest with you, they're very hyperactive.
I know it's a condition that affects loads of individuals, that they have specific characteristics that lead to diagnosis. Usually in early childhood it might be delay in language, it might be repetitive behaviours.
Not a whole lot. Yeah, a couple of my friends' kids have autism, yeah.
What do you know about autism?
I know that it's a spectrum.
People with autism don't have like enough support.
Okay, I know like there's different spectrums, and like there is this like a stigma, I suppose, that we're all part of the spectrum, we're just on different levels.
Okay.
I know like they're very tactile. It's kind of like to kind of work around that to kind of make it more appealing for people. Like in primary school, we try to like engage in like you know, activities that kind of like stimulate them, but also their learning. So.
I'm putting together a video about autism. Have you ever heard about autism?
Yes, I have.
What do you know about it?
I know it's a disability.
Okay. And what does it disable, I guess? What does it stop the person from doing?
Mobility.
Autism, like, you know, it's some kind of disability. About, like, you know, in kids and stuff as well. I know that because one of the family member, they have autism.
Just that it affects mostly men, some women as well. Yeah, that it's a lot of taboo around it. It's obviously on the spectrum of mental health disorders, but yeah, we don't know a lot about it still.
Okay. I briefly touched on it in college, so I just know there's like different variations of it, and I just know how to treat people. I'm a dental hygienist, so in the dental setting.
And what do you know about autism?
My friend's son, he has it. I knew a bit, and now it's just, you know, he's her age, so how they play, communicate, how I teach her to behave towards him, etc.
Yes, my son is autistic.
It's just you're kind of I know you're very sensitive to noise and too much activity around you, and you like to take your time to make your decisions.
Do you think the public knows about autism enough?
No.
Not necessarily. I think sometimes they view it as maybe a strangeness or an oddness. When they see the child acting up in a shopping centre, for instance, they don't see that child is in discomfort and not familiar with the surroundings. So.
No, definitely not.
We're from Germany. Do we just know the situation in Germany? I don't think so. So I had absolutely no clue. So I just learned it during the last weeks.
Probably not. I suppose there's a better awareness. I think there's a lot more things for children as well, like different centres and things.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think if it affects the family, yes, it does.
I think so. Maybe a bit more can be done.
They don't?
No.
People with children, people who have children with autism will tell you that.
Do you think the public knows enough about autism?
No.
They don't know enough?
They don't understand the children either.
I think they know more now in modern times, and mostly due to the heroic efforts of parents and family members who have, especially adults who are leaving school or have, bring it to the public's attention that their services are poor, that their training is poor, that their career options and all that. There is a good bit, but maybe I know because I was in the field rather. I'm retired now, but maybe the other individuals don't know as well.
I don't think so, really. No. I think unless you know someone that has a child or you have a child yourself that suffers with it, I think then you know about it. Maybe it was a bigger problem here years ago. We didn't realise it was autism. We were labelled as something else. So.
Do you think the public knows enough about autism?
No.
I think they do and they don't on the same time, because that's why there are NGOs and stuff as well. People out there, they're doing awareness as you are at the moment. So I think so, which is a good thing.
Do you think the public knows enough about it? No.
No.
Do you?
100% not.
100% not.
No, I don't think so. And I'd say for myself, I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
I'm applying for medical school.
No. And as my friend, she's a stressed mom because of that.
And do you think the world knows enough about autism?
Definitely not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
What do you think the public definitely needs to learn about autism?
Everything. I don't even know all about it, and they're intelligent and to be treated no different.
But all I think is people should have more patience with them. Ordinary, I know maybe it's the wrong word to use. Ordinary people say should have more patience with them. Every child should be treated equal.
That they're normal people. You don't need to treat them like they're children. Some of them are adults, and they're spoken to like they're still kids when they're adults. So I think that realising that they're still human beings and they need to be treated as such.
I think for me it's a question of transparency. So we should get more information. We should understand what it's about and how we can support, how we can help.
I suppose inclusive is the main thing. It's just because someone might have a different disability, or I wouldn't call it disability, a different outlook is the best way to say it. They shouldn't be treated any different. I think everyone's kind of the same.
I have no idea. Just treat everybody the same.
More research, I think.
What do you think? Give me a hand, a helping hand.
What would I tell them? That it's unique. It's not a fatal diagnosis. I would tell them, it's people have different ways of living, and that's okay, and stuff like that. And I would particularly think that undiagnosed autism in girls would need to be much more easily identified, especially in adults, because they don't come to attention usually.
That's the very same as everyone else. There's no different.
It's not something to be worried about,
Be gentle, be good in your approach towards those people. Just have yourself compatible with their needs.
That we should create more accepting spaces for individuals with autism.
If there was one thing you think the public should know about autism, what would that be?
Would be that not to discriminate and not to make it an issue. It's not as much of an issue as people think.
What is the one thing you would tell the world they should know about autism?
That is a magic word that you are lucky if they let you in.
Have patience. Have patience with any child or adult that's a bit different to themselves.
Thanks thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Walking on the street talking to people about autism, I was very happy to see that most people did know about autism. What I noticed is that a lot of people still think of autism something that only affects men, that only affects children, which isn't the case. So let's make sure that the awareness goes out there. But the people that I talk to were all in Ireland, and I know that it's very, very different in different countries. So let us know what it's like in your country. Do people know about autism? What is the support for autism for adults, for children, or the programs? Let us know, and thanks for watching. Would you be surprised if I told you that I have autism?
I will be surprised.
That's the one. That's me. So if you subscribe, then the video will come out. And there's an educational video on there as well. There's a lot of funny sketches if you're interested, but one educational video about autism as well. Have a great day.